Just when you think you've seen it all, the AI industry hits you with more and more reasons to fear for the future of the world. It is not enough that AI is about to take over almost all the jobs. We might have a world where AI learns to improve itself, rapidly evolving beyond our control. And we'd have OpenAI to thank for that, with its new AI model called CriticGPT. Keep watching to know what CriticGPT is, what it does, and what this means for us all. OpenAI recently released a new AI called CriticGPT, designed to catch errors in ChatGPT's responses. CriticGPT is being integrated into OpenAI's training pipeline, assisting human labelers to catch the errors and mistakes in the output that ChatGPT provides, ensuring that the AI model learns from these mistakes and becomes even smarter. The GPT-4 models powering ChatGPT are designed to be helpful and interactive, thanks to a process called reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF. This involves AI trainers, real people, rating different ChatGPT responses to fine-tune the model. But as these models get better, their mistakes become harder for humans to spot. This makes it tough for trainers to provide meaningful feedback, which is a critical part of RLHF. To address this, CriticGPT was created to critique ChatGPT's responses, highlighting inaccuracies that human trainers might miss. To better understand this, let's take a look at this example. What we're looking at here is a classic example of how CriticGPT is stepping up to refine the outputs of ChatGPT. In the image, we have a task where a function in Python needs to safely return a file object, ensuring that only files within a specific directory, safedir, can be accessed. ChatGPT offers a solution, but CriticGPT swoops in with a critique, pointing out a security flaw, and then suggests a more secure method. So, what's the big deal here? This interaction is a prime example of AI improving AI. Now, it is important to mention that CriticGPT isn't perfect. Its suggestions aren't always spot on. But here's the kicker. It significantly boosts the ability of human trainers to spot problems in the AI's answers. And this sentiment is backed by data, as you see in these graphs. These graphs vividly illustrate how CriticGPT enhances the performance of human trainers. When humans and CriticGPT collaborate, they produce more comprehensive critiques and fewer hallucinated problems compared to working independently. This synergy between human intuition and AI precision creates a powerful combination that significantly improves the quality of the reviews. So basically, CriticGPT is a powerful tool in the hands of humans training AI models, and a way to ensure that OpenAI builds even more powerful AI models. But before we see the scary implications of CriticGPT, how was such a powerful tool built? CriticGPT, like ChatGPT, learned from a method called RLHF, reinforcement learning from human feedback. Think of it as teaching an AI by giving it lots of examples and then telling it what it did right or wrong. But there's a twist. CriticGPT was trained a bit differently to become really good at spotting mistakes. First, CriticGPT was shown a bunch of inputs with deliberate mistakes in them. AI trainers, who are like teachers for the AI, would insert these mistakes into the code that ChatGPT wrote. Then, they would write feedback explaining what was wrong, just like a teacher grading a test and pointing out errors. Next, the same AI trainers would look at multiple critiques of the modified code. Because they knew exactly where the mistakes were, since they put them there, they could easily see which critiques were accurate. This helped CriticGPT learn to spot real mistakes more effectively. CriticGPT wasn't only tested on these planted mistakes, it also had to find and critique naturally occurring bugs, real errors that ChatGPT made. Trainers preferred CriticGPT's feedback over ChatGPT's 63% of the time because CriticGPT was better at focusing on important issues and didn't get bogged down with minor, unhelpful complaints. Plus, it hallucinated fewer problems, meaning it was less likely to imagine mistakes that weren't actually there. The trainers of CriticGPT also did something called a test-time search to fine-tune CriticGPT's critiques. This process is like running a spell check, but also getting suggestions on how to improve your writing style. By adjusting how aggressively CriticGPT looked for problems, they could find the right balance between catching real mistakes and avoiding false alarms. All these steps helped make CriticGPT a sharp-eyed reviewer. It made the AI model a super detective who's great at spotting errors and giving useful feedback without getting distracted by trivial details. This makes the whole process of refining AI models faster and more effective. But why does all of this training matter? Well, by training CriticGPT this way, we're not just making AI that's good at its job, we're laying the groundwork for AI that can continually improve itself. This kind of training shows how AI can learn from mistakes and get better over time, potentially leading to systems that evolve and advance much faster than we can predict or control. So, in simple terms, we're teaching AI to be a super efficient error spotter and fixer, and it's getting really good at it. This is both exciting and a bit unsettling. It is exciting because it means we can now trust the responses from ChatGPT and other AI models better and rely on them to assist us even better. But here's where it gets really scary. This setup, where AI assists in refining AI, is a stepping stone to a future where AI systems could potentially start optimizing and improving themselves. Imagine a scenario where CriticGPT-like models continuously enhance their counterparts without much human oversight. It could lead to an exponential improvement loop, an intelligence hyper-explosion. This process is not just about correcting code or responses, it's about laying down the tracks for AI systems that evolve autonomously. When AI starts understanding and enhancing its own mechanisms, we edge closer to a point where we might lose control. The human trainers and reviewers, currently an essential part of the loop, might eventually become obsolete as AI takes over their roles more efficiently. Think about the implications. AI systems that grow more knowledgeable and capable than any human could hope to keep up with. Today, CriticGPT helps spot code vulnerabilities. Tomorrow, who knows? We might have AI that designs more advanced AI, setting off a chain reaction of advancements. And once that ball starts rolling, it could be nearly impossible to stop. And that's not all. The work with CriticGPT is just the beginning. According to OpenAI, the plan is to scale up this work and put it into practical use. We're talking about integrating CriticGPT-like models more deeply into the process of training and refining AI systems. With AI systems learning to improve themselves, predicting their behavior becomes harder. We're entering uncharted territory where the outcomes of AI training could be wildly unexpected. This unpredictability is like opening Pandora's box. We might unleash something we can't put back, something that could have profound and possibly dangerous impacts on society. In our next video, we touch on another exciting topic in the AI industry: